Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're jumping straight into a hands-on, interactive workshop that's all about managing everyday anxiety through something honestly pretty incredible, and that is play. Specifically, we're going to dive deep into the fascinating world of kiddleting activities. We're exploring tools that use imagination, physical movement, and sensory engagement to completely rewire how you handle stress. So get comfortable, push those distractions aside, and let's get ready to actively participate.
First things first, I want you to take a quick second. Where does your stress actually live, like physically? Really think about this for a moment. Because so often we carry our anxiety completely out of sight, right? It's tucked away up in our shoulders, hiding in a super tight jaw, or just kind of bouncing around in the back of our minds. It's this completely internal experience that nobody else can see, and frankly, that can feel incredibly isolating.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Kiddleting, Playful Stress Relief.
Now, we're not just messing around here. This is what's known as limbic system calming. It's the biological process of soothing the brain's emotional center, specifically through the act of play and individual self-expression. I mean, yes, tapping into your inner child is actually a clinically proven life hack. By engaging in these kiddleting activities, we are literally using play to biologically calm our nervous systems down. We're creating a safe space to just be seen and heard, totally free of those exhausting adult filters we all wear.
Look at the contrast here. It's pretty eye-opening. On one side, you've got the internal realm. That's the stress hiding inside the body, that heavy, invisible burden we were just talking about. Then, on the other side is the external realm, where stress is brought right out into the open. And that is our core goal today with these kiddleting activities. We want to find an embodied method to move that stress from the internal realm straight to the external realm. We're taking what's stuck on the inside and putting it on the outside where we can actually do something about it.
Moving right along to Section 2, Grounding Your Senses. Okay, let's start with the absolute fundamentals before we play. First step, deep breathing. I want you to try this with me right now. Take a deep, slow breath to directly calm your nervous system. Feel that? Good. Next is progressive muscle relaxation. This just involves consciously tensing your muscles, so maybe ball your fist up super tight right now, and then completely releasing them to relieve that physical tension. These are your foundational tools to get your body anchored and ready. Now, if you need a rapid-fire reset, and honestly, who doesn't these days, the 3-3-3 rule is your best friend. Look around your room right now. Can you name 3 things you see? Listen closely. Can you identify 3 distinct sounds you hear? And finally, actively move 3 parts of your body. Just wiggle your toes, roll your shoulders, maybe stretch your fingers. It's amazing because it instantly pulls your brain out of that spinning anxiety loop and anchors it right back into your immediate environment.
Then we've got a slightly deeper grounding ladder, the 5-4-3-2-1 exercise. You start off by identifying 5 things you can see. Then, drop down a level to 4 things you can physically touch. Then, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and finally, step 5, 1 single thing you can taste. By visualizing and walking down these distinct steps, you're basically forcing your brain to fully engage all 5 senses. It's a total system override for anxiety. All right, Section 3, the imaginary stress skull.
Okay, let's actually try this together right now. And yeah, you might feel a little silly, but lean into it. That is the whole magic of kiddleting activities. Physically hold your hands out in front of you and imagine you're holding a ball. Now, intentionally visualize taking as much of your current stress and anxiety as you can and just pouring it straight into that ball. Mime holding it. Really feel it. With all that added worry, how does it feel in your hands right now? As you're holding it, just observe it. Does it want to be perfectly still? Or is it, buzzing with movement? If it moves, is it frantic and fast or more sluggish and slow? Is your anxiety condensed into something incredibly small and dense? Or has it blown up into something large and completely unwieldy? Giving your stress these physical properties is an absolutely crucial part of this process. Next, we completely externalize it. I want you to mime throwing that ball right through the screen to me, your virtual facilitator. Imagine I catch it and I display it right back to the group. I'd show everyone exactly how your specific ball moves. Like if it makes a buzzing, humming, or heavy thudding sound, I would literally demonstrate that sound out loud. You're physically passing your stress out of your body and into the open space. Now, imagine doing this in a live workshop setting. We do what's called the group pass. We pass this imaginary ball one by one around the circle. When you receive it, you hold it, you observe the stress, and then you add your own worries to it. And here's the real magic. You notice if the ball naturally changes size or movement or sound as it collects our shared anxiety right before you pass it to the next person. You keep going until it makes it all the way around.
So, the absolute crucial point of this whole exercise, it's community. Moving stress to the external realm allows others to see that they are totally not alone in feeling the way that they do. This playful, mimed kiddling activity builds some incredibly deep connections. By making our invisible internal stress visible, physical, and shared, we suddenly realize we aren't carrying these heavy burdens all by ourselves.
Which brings us to section 4, reflecting on the experience. At the end of any kiddling activity, you absolutely have to do a quick check-in. And you do that by asking a super simple, highly neutral question. What did you notice about that experience? It's not about analyzing or judging if you did it right, you know? It's simply about holding space for whatever physical or emotional shifts occurred while you were playing. You can structure this closeout in a few different ways. You might invite participants to go around the circle and offer just one word, or a single sentence reflective of their experience. Or actually, you might have everyone offer one stress and anxiety tool they use, kind of sharing it with a group. Another option is having everyone state what specific tool or resource they want to focus on learning more about next. It's just a really wonderful way to consolidate the group's collective wisdom.
And wow, that brings us to the end of our time together already. I want you to take a moment and find that one closing word for yourself. Hold on to it and use it as a reminder of your own capacity to playfully and creatively conquer your stress. But before we go, I want to leave you with a bigger, far more provocative question. If you allowed yourself just 5 minutes of unapologetic, childlike play every single day, how completely could you rewire your adult relationship with stress? Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.